Okay, I'm gonna wait for the go live on Lula. Yes! Oh my gosh, guys, we're up. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Lula TV decided to play with me today, and I had to reset all of the connections. But I'm here, so we're gonna get right into it. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I am Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. Let me fix my hair. What that means is, hello, Che Fit. Oh man, I haven't heard from you in a long time. How you doing? What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together. So if you need to file articles of incorporation, get contracts, get trademarks, hire employees, I help you do all of that. I can help you do all of that because I am a licensed attorney, have been one for over a decade. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others. I've had many careers in the realms of law, education, hospitality, entrepreneurship, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Like I was telling Facebook, not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas, and there are just certain concepts that you need to know as a business owner so that you can be successful. And that's where I come in. So every Thursday, I come on here, I pull stories from the news, pop culture, and I demonstrate those concepts through those stories, and I pull out the gems for you, okay? Now, if you're interested in any of my services for your business or a business that you want to start, I want to let you know that I provide 15-minute free consultations for first-time customers. I also have a special on Tuesdays where you can get a 25-minute session for $25, and I also have a lot of cool ebooks and products that you can find at linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm, linktree/NPL consulting firm. That is where I house all of the things that I do, like digital products, meeting up with you, all my podcasts. You can find that there, linktree/NPL consulting firm. Okay. So that's enough of me. We're already running late. So we're going to get into the meat of this today. As usual, if you guys have any questions about these stories, please drop them in the box. I love interaction. So any comments, any questions, don't hesitate to ask, all right? Because we can work it out right here. All right. So the first story that we are talking about today, and I want to hear from you guys. How many of you guys have heard of the rock group, the legend, Guns N' Roses? If you have heard of Guns N' Roses, I want you to give me a G in the comments. And just a quick thing, I believe that one of the lead singers of Guns N' Roses, he ended up having what do you call that thing? One of those dating reality shows on VH1 called Rock of Love, or I might be totally mistaking the guy. But anyway, Guns N' Roses, very famous rock group. Y'all haven't heard of Guns N' Roses? I don't see no G's in the comments. Okay. All right. Anyway, very famous rock group. Okay. And the thing with Guns N' Roses is that their lead singer, yeah, it was that guy. I forget his name, but his signature look is a bandana, right? Now, Guns N' Roses is suing this company called Canarchy Craft Brewery. They make beers. Oh, yeah. Okay. Che, you heard about Guns N' Roses. All right. Thank you. I knew I wasn't the only one. Anyway, so the brewery basically made a drink called Guns N' Rosé, and they created a logo around this drink, and they started selling merchandise. So t-shirts, bandanas, and all this stuff. Now, remember, the group's name is Guns N' Roses, and the drink's name is Guns N' Rosé with an accent over the E, right? So they came out with this drink, and then they tried to register the trademark for Guns N' Rosé, but then basically Guns N' Roses found out about it and was like, hello, Evelyn 0305. And Guns N' Roses was like, hold up. We have the trademark to Guns N' Roses, and this is too close to our stuff. Plus, you're selling merch that looks a lot like our merch. So the brewery decided to drop the trademark application. Cool. But they were still selling the merchandise and the drink. So Guns N' Roses, wrote them a cease and desist and asked them to stop selling the merchandise, stop selling the drink, and the brewery refused. So now they're in court over whether the brewery can sell this drink Guns N' Rose. And up until as of now, the drink at least is available until March 2020, unless the plaintiff Guns N' Roses wins their argument. So if you guys want to try the Guns N' Rose from Canopy Craft Brewery, you have until March 2020. All right. So the reason why this case is important is because to show that you have an option when you have a registered trademark. Guns N' Roses obviously has a registered trademark. They sell merch. They've been in business for a while. So people know their brand, right? Guns N' Rose with this merchandise, it is very possible for that someone might mistake it as being in collaboration with Guns N' Roses. And I was like, oh, I love Guns N' Roses. Let me go try that beer. Let me buy that merch because I think it's associated with Guns N' Roses. And this is why it's important to defend your trademark when you know somebody is messing around with it. Like having a registered trademark gives you the power to have people stop using your stuff. Okay. All right, so that is case one. The second case that we are talking about today actually has to do with the title, and it is a case of, instead of David slaying Goliath, it is Goliath slaying David. So if you guys know what Ugg boots are, please give me a U in the comments. Hi, Shabnam. If you know what Ugg boots are, give me a U in the comments, please. I know what Ugg boots are. I think Ugg boots are ugly, but apparently they're popular. I'm not going to lie. I have a pair of fake Uggs. You know, they're pretty warm in the wintertime, but whatever. But if you know what Ugg boots are, I want to see a U in the comments. You in the comments, you in the comments, you in the comments. I know y'all know what Ugg boots are. I don't know if it's the delay from Lula TV or whatever, but we're just gonna go ahead and assume that you guys know what Ugg boots are. Okay, so yes, thank you, Che. The company that owns the Uggs trademark, called Decker, they have won a lawsuit against an Australian shoemaker or shoe seller. So this guy in Australia named Eddie Oyger, right? He was selling Ugg boots online. These like essentially knockoff Ugg boots. Thank you for the U, Evelyn, right? Now, Ugg is a registered trademark of the Decker company. But Eddie Oyger was saying, well, Uggs are, they're a common term in the surfing community. The court did not agree with Eddie Oyger. And now Eddie Oyger, this single shoe seller, has to pay Decker $450,000 for trademark infringement. When I tell y'all that trademark infringement laws are serious, I am not kidding. Now, this is one man. I don't know the state of his business, but how many single business owners do you know who just have $450,000 lying on the side just to give away, right? Nobody, for the most part. And this is why it is very important that when you are going into business, if you are going to use a mark, you have to do your research. Nobody cares if you didn't know. Nobody cares how you feel about it. They care what's on the books. So if I have the trademark to Uggs, you can't go and sell your Uggs because you feel like it's a common term, right? Hi, King Tax Services. How are you, babe? So if you remember the case that I talked about where there was a collective of like herbalists who were using this term like fire cider, and this guy tried to market, and they were like, well, we've been using this term forever in the herbalist community, and he's just like, girl, nobody's heard of it outside of this community, right? You can't just say because 10 people have heard of it that it's that it's well known. You have to really prove. I, for one, as a U.S. citizen, I've never been to Australia. I've never heard the term Ugg before these ugly shoes came into my life, right? And for the big part of the population, the consumer population, a lot of people didn't know what Uggs were until they made it into the mainstream. Not a lot of people surf, as far as I know. At least not in my circle of friends. So I didn't know what Uggs were before the Ugg boots came out. So this guy, Eddie Oyger, has to pay $450,000 $1,000 to the Decker company that owns the Uggs trademark because he did not do his. Okay, so long story short, do your research before you start using somebody else's mark so you don't have to pay $450,000. All right, next case we are talking about has to do with the hottie Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa. Oh my God, he's so fine. If y'all know who Jason Momoa is, please give me a J in the comments. You know, I know he's Lisa Bonet's, you know, whatever partner, but he my baby father. If you have heard of Jason Momoa, please give me a J in the comments. And while you're doing that, I'm going to let you guys know that you can set up your free consultations with me using the link in my bio, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Oh my God. Tanya, you don't know who Jason Momoa is? Did you not see the Aquaman movie? Did you not see Game of Thrones? He was Drogo in the first season. What else was he in? Jason Momoa. I forget what else, but he fine. Che, you absolutely know who Jason Momoa is. Anyway, Jason Momoa has filed a trademark. Apparently, he has a catchphrase. Hello, Nicole, so amazing. He has a catchphrase that he says called Aloha J. I did not know this. As pretty as Jason Momoa is, I don't follow him on social media. But when I was reading this story and when you see his social media posts, sorry, y'all, I'm gleeking. He in all of his posts, he signs off Aloha J. So now he has filed a trademark for this phrase Aloha J so that he can start selling merchandise and use it for communication services and ads so that, you know, if he hosts a show. So if you think about, so think about Ryan Seacrest. When Ryan Seacrest was on American Idol, his phrase when he left was Seacrest out. I'm pretty sure Ryan Seacrest trademarked that. If you think about the guy who does the announcement at you'll take my word for it, Tanya, the announcements at the boxing matches or the wrestling matches where he goes, let's get ready to rumble. That is a trademark phrase. You can't say that phrase or you're going to get sued. So Jason Momoa is doing the same thing with this Aloha J phrase. So good for you, babe. I'm waiting for them checks to roll in so we could ride off into the sunset. Okay. All right, next. Oh my God, Che, you're gonna really love this story. So this next story has to do with CrossFit. Now, CrossFit, it's still a very popular sport, a very popular form of exercise, but a lot of people don't realize that CrossFit is actually a trademarked term, okay? CrossFit is suing this supplement company called Progenics because they have been using the CrossFit trademark in their promotional materials. They use it on their website and they use it on posters. Okay. Now, Progenics had been associated with CrossFit because they had been a sponsor of the CrossFit Games and a partner up until 2016. However, they were not a part of the CrossFit trademark. They didn't have permission to use it. They were just like a sponsor. You know, when you watch a game and you see all those logos up, basically that's what Progenics was. But then Progenics was taking the CrossFit symbol and then using it on their stuff. So CrossFit basically said, what are you doing, girl? We don't know you. Why are you using our trademark on your stuff? So again, this is another example of why you need to pay attention to the word that you are using. CrossFit is not a generic term. It is a trademark term and they are defending it fiercely. And it's a good job that they're doing that because CrossFit became very, very popular and is still very, very popular. All right. Just an aside, CrossFit also took Reebok to court for doing the same thing and using CrossFit in their ads to use it to promote. All right. Next story we are talking about. Guys, please, if you have questions, drop them in the comments because I know that I can kind of move fast, but it's just kind of how I operate. But if you ask me a question, I will definitely answer it. So the next story we're talking about has to do with Adidas and the artist formerly known as Kanye West. So everybody knows that Kanye has these Yeezy Boost shoes, right? Well, Adidas has successfully secured a copyright for the design of the Yeezy Boosts. Yes, Jay. Okay. So, now Adidas filed a copyright application for the Yeezy Boost some time ago, and they lost the first time because the copyright office basically said, girl, this is a shoe. It's just useful. There's nothing unique in this. No, you can't copyright it, right? So they were like, well, we don't agree, and they applied again. And then when they went back to the office this time, the office said, okay, well, yeah, you have a design here, but it's not unique. So no, you can't have a copyright. That wasn't good enough for them. They were not taking no for an answer. So they applied again. And I guess the lawyers they got this time, they made a persuasive argument. And basically they have been able to copyright the design of the shoes as a work of art. So now the Yeezy Boost 350s versions 1 and 2 are copyrighted designs. That is very smart of Adidas to do, and I think it's also an option that isn't necessarily available to. They're some of the best walking shoes. Are they? I have never tried on a pair of Yeezy Boost, Shay. I'm not supporting Kanye because he lost right now. But anyway, they have secured a copyright for the Yeezy Boost design. So don't go out here trying to make your copycat Yeezys because Adidas is going to come after you, all right? All right. So let me just take a break quickly right here. I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to come, watch my live broadcast. Please share this out with all your friends. Please, put your, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I love interacting with you. If you ever have stories that you want me to talk about, you can also submit them and I will talk about them on here. I love interaction. So talk to me, all right? All right. Next story we're talking about, you guys have heard me talk about this guy a couple of times on this live broadcast. There is a photographer named Robert Barbera, and he is a famous paparazzo, right? If you have been watching me with any regularity, you know that he sued J-Lo and Versace. He's back in church. No, he's not. He's doing concerts on Sunday on a hill and outside. Ain't no preacher. No. That is not church. Anyway, Robert Barbera, he's a famous paparazzi, and he is out here trying to secure the bag, y'all. He sued J-Lo, Versace, and a bunch of other celebrities for posting photos that he took of them that they posted on their social media. And the latest victim of this is Ariana Grande, okay? Because these photographers, these paparazzis, they file copyrights for these pictures because that's how they make their money. They might sell a picture for $10,000 to one publication, $50,000 for another. These pictures that they take, they make them money. So it is worth it to them to copyright it, right? What they're saying is, if you're going to post a picture that I took of you and copyright it on your social media, you need to ask me permission, or you at least need to credit me. And he is seeking like $25,000 per photo that's used. Now, this is a trend among celebrities and photographers, celebrities getting sued by photographers for posting photos of themselves. And a lot of them are pushing back, and they're saying that it is a misuse of the system to get more money out of these celebrities because they'll just want to settle. So I want to know, what is your opinion about this, about celebrities being sued for posting photos that photographers took of them that are copyrighted? So it's like if somebody took a picture of you and then copyrighted it, and then you saw the picture and then you put it on your social media and they sued you for it. What do you think about that? I'm going to wait for your opinions, because I really do want to hear your opinions on this, because I don't know how to feel about this. I understand that, photography is not easy. I apprenticed for a photographer briefly, and it's hard work. But then again, you're also you're suing the subject of your work, right? I don't know how to feel about it, and I want to know what you feel about it. Okay? Anyway, while y'all do that, quick aside, if you are a fan of basketball, particularly a fan of the Sixers, there is a player on there by the name of Joel Embiid, and he has trademarked the phrase "the process." Literally, the two words "the process." He has trademarked it, and he got his application approved. He applied for it 2 days after his debut with the Sixers against the Oklahoma Thunder. So I'm assuming he's going to start selling merch called The Process or whatever he trademarked it for. Smart man. So if you're a basketball fan, look out for The Process merch from Joel Embiid. Okay? All right. Y'all don't have no opinion about the pictures? Okay. Anyway, all right. So we are moving. Oh, guys, we are on the last case already. Today's gonna be a quick one. Last case we are talking about today is Florida man versus Florida man. Now we have all heard the stories of. Okay. The Che answer. I think photographers need to get celebrities to sign off on the photos, letting them know they can't repost without permission. That's a good idea, Che, but how do you do that with every celebrity? So if, a celebrity is going into a club, excuse me, and you're taking pictures of them, do you really think they're going to stop and sign your release? Like, how would you facilitate that and get them to sign it? Right? Because then you're letting them know, hey, I'm copywriting this picture that I took of you and I plan on making money with it because, again, I'm a paparazzo. And it's a hard thing to enforce. Now, on the converse side of that, Ariana Grande just came out with some policy that if there are paparazzi at her shows, they have to basically turn over all copyrights. What if they put them under contract? If who puts what under contract, Tanya? Can you please clarify? So Ariana Grande has a policy that if you take pictures of her at her shows and you are paparazzi, you have to sign something saying that, they own all the copyrights and all this stuff. Do you think that photographers have the clout and the ability to enforce it the other way around? Because how are you going to enforce that? How are you going to get these celebrities to sign these rights away? It's an interesting question. All right. So while you put in your last comments, last case we're talking about, again, Florida man versus Florida man. So we've all heard of Florida man. You can actually, if you type in Florida man and your birthday, the photographer and celebrity. Tanya, so the photographer and the celebrity, usually celebrities will have their own photographers. The photographers who are doing these lawsuits, they are paparazzi. Their job is to go around taking pictures of other celebrities. So they're not usually tied to a single celebrity, right? It's different if you're, you got a contract with one single celebrity and you're taking photos of them all the time. But if your job is to take care of is to take pictures of any celebrity you can, there's no real contract there, right? And our laws regarding paparazzi are not as strict as they are in Europe. So paparazzis are just out here. But yeah, so back to Florida man. This guy owns the you can actually go to Google. If you type in Florida man and your birthday, some crazy story will pop up. I think mine, when I typed it in, it said Florida man eats another guy's face or whatever, right? Anyway, this guy has a website called floridaman.com, and it's where he posts these crazy stories about what happens in Florida, and he even has merchandise. The guy's name is Ryan Davis, right? So he was, I guess, he had his website for a while and he was doing his thing, and then he saw that Oxygen, the network, is coming out with a show called Florida Man. And he was like, oh, shoot, I don't want to be sued. So he filed basically a trademark for Florida Man for his stuff so that Oxygen cannot come later and tell him that he can no longer make Florida Man merch. So if you go on his website, floridaman.com, he's got tank tops, he's got t-shirts, and they say Florida Man, right? So this is a case of using trademarks to kind of protect yourself, because if he can carve out his Florida Man trademark for t-shirts and, leisure wear, then he can, prevent Oxygen from keeping him from making money off of this, because he's making money off of these shirts. He just doesn't have the trademark right now. So he's filing the trademark now. Shay's going back to the photo story. No, but I would send them a photo package with an option to buy or not use. Hi, just Shakia. That's interesting. How would you send them the package, Shay? Are you going to send it to their manager? Are you going to send it to their record label? How are you getting this photo package to them? And how do you know that they received it? Mm. So and I'm not like trying to say that your answers are right. I just like to see the other side of this. My whole thing about these things is, how do you enforce this? How do you get people to do this? Because people just don't sign their rights away after you do it, right? It's like, if you want me to sign my rights away to this photo, what are you going to give me? I'm not just going to do it for free, right? Okay, so I think maybe not offering them an option to buy, but maybe giving them an incentive. That could be something, because it's like, I'm not going to pay you to take a picture of me that I can't, that I did not ask you to take. Because a lot of these photos are candids. They're not like pictures that people sat for and posed for. It's like, I'm walking to the store, or I'm going into a club, or I'm at an event. And it's like, nobody is sitting down for these photos. Right? So it's like, well, I never gave you authorization to take my picture in the first place. So who are you coming here giving me a package telling me to buy these photos? And that's just kind of like my reasoning of it. All right. Anyway, so this last story about Florida Man, he is trying to carve out a niche for himself before Oxygen takes it. And I think that is very smart. Even though, it's one guy against a network, by protecting himself early, he's probably going to prevent himself a lot of problems. Okay. So guys, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you for your energy. Again, if you would like to schedule a free consultation with me, you can do so at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find things like my podcast. You're going to find the sneak peek to my trademark toolkit, as well as my contract ebook. Did he get the trademark? The application is still under review. He just filed it. So when I get an update on that story, I will definitely let you guys know. A lot of these stories, they are ongoing. So you'll hear me update them from time to time. Okay. You just got to keep watching. But yeah, you can, if you need a consultation, you can go to the link in my bio, Linktree, and then there is a literal button there, and you can set up your free consultation all on your own. It's like the schedule is all in there. I've upgraded, Shay. I got a whole system now. But again, using the link in my bio, you can access the sneak peek to some of my ebooks. You can also purchase my crafter's contract template. A lot of you guys sell custom made items and you don't have contracts, and I don't know why. Go pick up the crafter's contract. As well, you can pick up my Protect Your Biz video training so that you can learn about trademarks and copyrights and patents and protect yourself. And you can set up your appointments. So guys, go to Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. And I can't wait to hear from you. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.